He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching, and he was moving well, and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab.
Crazy performance from Oleksandr Usyk, you know. He stopped the fight early, you know. But I say this before, Daniel Dubois made so much pressure, too much pressure, you know. He not control, and every jab, every right hand is too strong, you know.
He was moving, but when he found the time to be aggressive, he took and maximized on those opportunities.
Heavyweight legends like Lennox Lewis are amazed by Oleksandr Usyk's skill set. Lewis praised Usyk's precise control of speed and power, noting how he never rushes or wastes energy. Even at 38, Usyk still shows elite footwork, sharp combinations, and smart defense, setting him apart from most fighters. Lewis believes that with this kind of discipline and technical mastery, Usyk could continue boxing for a few more years if he wants.
Thanks again for your time this week. We've just seen Oleksandr Usyk produce a stunning fifth-round stoppage victory over Daniel Dubois in the rematch. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, listen, he was unbelievable. He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching, and he was moving well, and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab, so what can you say?
I spoke to Oleksandr's cutman, Russ Amber, and he says he felt Daniel Dubois started a bit too fast, a bit too reckless. Is it a sort of a case of you're almost damned if you do, damned if you don't? They say you got to stick him on him, but then if you stick him on him too much, you leave the gap.
Yeah, it's that kind of situation. It's a control violence, basically, and control movement, making sure that you don't overcommit. And, you know, you got to use speed more than power. So in this fight, it should have been more speed than more power.
Joseph Parker admitted he was surprised by how dominant Usyk looked. He expected a competitive fight, but was left impressed by Usyk's timing, control, and superior technique. Parker highlighted how Usyk's movement and defense made him nearly impossible to hit clean. As a former world champion himself, Parker understands what elite-level boxing requires. He also expressed interest in facing Usyk in the future, calling it a great challenge.
Pro boxing fans, Joseph Parker, we've just seen Oleksandr Usyk with a destructive performance against Daniel Dubois. Just give me your thoughts on that one.
It was a competitive fight in the beginning, and Daniel did land some good shots, and you know Usyk did feel those shots, but ultimately in the end he broke him down, and Usyk showed a lot more, I think, bad intentions in the shots he was throwing.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you expect him to be that aggressive? The counters.
I know that. Listen, Daniel was going to be aggressive, so what did Usyk have to do? He was moving, but when he found the time to be aggressive, he took and maximized on those opportunities.
For you, obviously you were there for a reason. I'm sure you want to get your hands on Oleksandr Usyk because you want to be in the biggest fight.
It was great to see him win and become two-time unified undisputed champion of the world. And just waited for my opportunity. I'm going to wait for my opportunity and see if he does give it to me, you know, and hopefully we can get in the ring and share the ring together. And
David Adelaide praised Usyk's latest performance, saying the Ukrainian came in with a clear mission to silence his critics. Many doubted if Usyk could still compete with top heavyweights at his age, but he responded with a calm, dominant display. Adelaide highlighted Usyk's ability to stay composed, control each round, and show he still has something to prove. According to him, this was more than title defense, it was a personal statement. He believes Usyk could retire now on top, but may choose to continue and further solidify his place among boxing's all-time greats.
Excited to be joined by David Adelaide. David, we've just saw Oleksandr Usyk produce stunning fifth-round knockout over Daniel Dubois. Give us your immediate thoughts.
Good fight. I think Usyk keeps proving himself. He gets doubted a lot, and I think he's proven himself so many times that it's kind of crazy that people doubt him. But you got to give credit to Daniel for getting in there. He tried a thing, and more credit to Usyk for pulling it off time and time again.
I just spoke to Ajit Kabayal, and he says he feels Daniel, although he was having a bit of success, was maybe a bit overeager and left some gaps. Would you agree with that assessment?
Daniel was thinking too much. There's times when I can see Daniel being a bit hesitant. He was sitting there thinking. He did let his right hand go, and he did throw a lot of shots, but I think sometimes when you overthink it, you give Usyk too much time. And when you give Usyk time, you kind of let him play at his own sort of pace. Usyk established the jab from like the first 30 seconds, which was, you know, look, like it just shows his level, right?
Was it surprising to you how early the stoppage came? Most pundits were saying Dubois early, Usyk later points, but, you know, wasted no time.
He wasted no time. I think in terms of the stoppage, it was definitely the right call. He came in the 5th round. the 5th round. You know what? I'm not surprised because they were fighting at a high work rate. And the pace was high, so yeah, it makes sense.
Usyk Kabal praised Usyk's dominant stoppage win over Daniel Dubois, stressing that Dubois isn't just any boxer, his jab is strong and his punches are dangerous. Yet Usyk made it look easy. Kabal said this wasn't just a win, but a systematic dismantling of a dangerous heavyweight. He called the performance a showcase of world-class skill, mental strength, and timing, proving Usyk remains levels above the rest.
For boxing news, delighted to be joined by Ajit Kabayel. Ajit, we have just saw Oleksandr Usyk score a stunning 5th round stoppage win over Daniel Dubois. Give us your thoughts.
Crazy performance from Oleksandr Usyk, you know. He stopped the fight early, you know. But I say this before, Daniel Dubois makes so much pressure, too much pressure, you know. He not control, and every jab, every right hand is too strong, you know. And he not defends himself. But you see the result, you know. Oleksandr Usyk stopping fast.
Did it surprise you how early Oleksandr got the stoppage?
Yes, before the fight, I was, I never say this to he come to stop him so early, you know. But after the first round, I say the fight will never be more than 6-7 rounds.
Ajit, in many people's opinion, you are the #1 heavyweight contender. You would love a shot at Oleksandr Usyk, right?
Why not? I say this more time, you know. I hate trash talk. The fans will say Kabayel is ready for Usyk or no, you know.
Paulie said he was confident before the fight that Dubois wouldn't last more than 5 rounds. He saw the focus in Usyk's eyes, recognizing that Usyk entered the ring not just to win, but to prove greatness. Paulie added that it doesn't even matter what Usyk does next, he's already proven his worth. Every fight now is just adding to his extraordinary legacy.
Pro boxing fans, Martin Paulie, man, we've just seen Oleksandr Usyk with another great performance against Daniel Dubois. Look, that fight at the start, a lot of people thought it was going to be a little bit competitive, and Daniel came out and he looked like he was getting a bit comfortable. But Oleksandr Usyk does what Oleksandr Usyk does, and he wins the fight. Did you expect him to stop Daniel Dubois in this way?
Yeah, I said it before the fight.
Okay.
I said it before the fight, even today, before today, that Daniel Dubois would never pass 5 rounds if he kept boxing like the same way he boxed last time he fought Usyk. But he did the same. There was no jab, nothing changed. He deserved the knockout because he never changed something like supposed to change.
For Oleksandr Usyk, what does he do now? He's won everything. He's the best at cruiserweight, the best at heavyweight, faced every big name in the heavyweight division now. What does he do? Do you feel like he's going to still fight one more fight and then that's it? Or do you feel like he should just call it a day?
For me, I don't see him what he's going to look for it because he's done everything. He's the best for right now. For this moment now, he's the best. Retire or keep fighting. He done well, he done amazing. This guy is a machine. So he's the best right now, to be honest. So
from the opening round, Dubois came out aggressively, trying to control the pace. He showed strength and urgency, but Usyk remained calm and patient. As the fight progressed, Usyk used angles and footwork to land clean shots and keep Dubois off balance. By round 5, Usyk had figured him out, landing a sharp combination that ended the fight. It was a knockout that showed both power and high-level strategy.
Guys, it happens again. Oleksandr Usyk knocked out Daniel Dubois right in front of his home crowd. Dubois came out wild from the opening bell, really trying to bully Usyk. And for a moment it felt like we were in for a war, but by round 3 you could see it. Dubois was gassing out fast. He couldn't keep that pace. Then boom, Usyk lands a clean right. Then a beautiful left hook. Mouthpiece flies, fight's over. Usyk is once again the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Second time. Insane. But listen, Dubois is only 27. The talent is there, but taking shots, that's a whole different skill. And right now, he's not quite there yet. So what's next? Are we finally getting that Fury trilogy? Or would you rather see Usyk be as Wilder, Zhang, or maybe even Joshua again? Full breakdown in the video below, don't miss it.
Usyk has always taken the hard path in his career. He never went for easy fights or padded records. From his cruiserweight days to his rise in heavyweight, he faced the best. He believes true greatness comes from challenge and risk, which is why he always took on champions and dangerous opponents. This mindset has earned him respect across boxing, and his journey has always been about honor, not shortcuts.
Usyk has dropped Daniel Dubois!
I'm sorry. I can't help it, man. I fucking love this. Honestly, I fucking love this game.
He's missed it! It's over! Impossible title!
Fuck me. I'm sorry for going on like a lunatic, right? But it was unbelievable. And it's funny how this fight all came about, right? The controversy in the last fight, which for me was never controversial. It was a low blow, simple as that. And I don't think we've ever seen Oleksandr Usyk ever look for an easy way to win. In fact, I think of all the fighters on planet Earth, he is the one who takes the hardest road to win. There's no tune-up fights for Oleksandr Usyk. It's the biggest fight in a heavier weight than he should even be fighting at. And he makes life harder for himself, not easier. And I think he is proven his character time and time again. But yet he was accused of not being, you know, a real Christian because he was a cheat. He was accused of deserving an Oscar because he was a play actor and robbing Daniel Dubois of what should have rightfully been his, which was a world title. And after the Tyson Fury fight, Daniel Dubois stepped in the ring and called him out. And Oleksandr Usyk immediately turns to Turki Al-Sheikh and says, Mr. Excellency, make the fight. He had no problem in setting this up. And immediately you kind of think he was in the middle of talking about his, you know, his father. I think at the time it was an emotional moment. That's a time where when you've accomplished what he's done, you deserve respect. And I think he was disrespected there. And I think he took that personally, in the words of Michael Jordan. Now, in the first round, Oleksandr Usyk did exactly what he needed to do to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois coming in with a load of confidence, wanting to be the aggressor, wanting to be the dominant bull that he was against Anthony Joshua.
Tyson Fury has now expressed interest in a trilogy fight with Usyk. After losing to Usyk, Fury wants redemption. The loss hurt not only his image, but reportedly his finances, pushing him toward a rematch. Fury believes he can fix his mistakes with a better strategy. However, many remain skeptical. Usyk's ability to adapt and dominate has made even Fury look limited. While the rematch is creating buzz, the odds still favor Usyk.
Mauricio Suleiman. Tyson Fury is deeply troubled by the loss or the losses that he took from Oleksandr Usyk. And it shows. And I think what's motivating Tyson Fury is the fact that he feels that he was cheated. And the crazy thing is, unfortunately for all the people that are in line for that fight with Oleksandr, the only way that Tyson is going to get any type of opportunity or peace would be for him to get that third fight. And the crazy thing is, it looks like that's the fight that may happen next. And that's exactly why people start to dislike boxing, because there's nothing warranted a fight with Usyk, only empty justification. What I mean by that is, you can justify or make a reason why you deserve a fight with Usyk. Like, I'm the only dude that did it. I'm the only man that beat him. I'm like, did you drop him? Did you have a performance, Tyson, with Usyk in any of those fights like you did with your saga with Derek Chisora or Deontay Wilder? Did you do anything impactful enough to claim victor of these two fights?
Paulie gave a passionate breakdown of Usyk's performance, calling it one of the best technical displays in modern boxing. He highlighted Usyk's balance, footwork, and efficiency, explaining how he uses movement not just for defense, but to create offense. Usyk relies on timing and positioning, not just power. According to Malegnaghi, Usyk's boxing IQ is elite. He reads opponents like a book and adjusts instantly. For Paulie, this was a masterclass performance.
Man, it was the first half of the fight. What a performance by Oleksandr Usyk. And a lot to discuss here, guys. A lot to break down here. First off, Dubois much more successful in the first fight than the second fight. Was the wet ring? Did the wet ring have anything to do with it? I saw in the post-fight interview, Dubois was asked about why he couldn't land his jab. What do you guys think? Was obviously Usyk's gonna make some adjustments. I think the adjustments are gonna be made in rematches. But did the wet ring? Because I thought the wet ring had a big part to do with why Usyk had some trouble in that first fight. And you know, a wet ring hurts footwork guys more. I was a footwork guy. I've worked out sometimes in wet rings. It's frustrating. I've actually thrown temper tantrums in gyms over rings being too wet. So, you know, I mean, back in the day, not now. But what I'm saying is, you know, to fight in a wet ring, that had to have some effect on Usyk and his footwork, because he's a footwork guy. And tonight you just saw his footwork was stupendous, magnificent. Dubois tried to come out pressuring, but and what he tries to do, he tries to create that panic in you, because he's a puncher. So he tries to create that panic to where you start moving too much. And especially at an older Usyk, maybe he'll get tired out by moving too much. But Usyk keeps his steps, his moves so short, so tight. And because they're short and tight, they're not burning a lot of energy, number one. And number two, he's able to throw punches off those moves because they're in so tight that he doesn't really lose the punching distance and punching range. On top of always being well balanced when he makes that sidestep. He likes to make that sidestep a lot to the right-hander's weak side. And, you know, he was doing that very, very well tonight. A lot of times he'll make that sidestep without punching. A lot of times he'll sidestep as he's throwing the left hand. Then he varies the left hand with a straight shot around the side. I think that's a really sneaky shot against opposing stances.
Steve Bunce gave a fair assessment of Usyk's competition, acknowledged that fighters like Fury and Joseph Parker could be challenging due to their size and experience. However, he believes Usyk's intelligence, work ethic, and patience give him the edge. While Fury and Parker may test Usyk, Bunce still sees him coming out on top because of his superior skill set and mindset.
Talking about his beloved father, and I believe that was behind the venom and the savagery we saw tonight. Because that was almost not like Usyk. That was different level.
We've never seen him load up with a backhand early.
And try so hard to do the other person as much damage as possible. That's not Usyk. And also at the end, well, you were there, he didn't praise Dubois. He said in sport you lose. He didn't say anything about Daniel's a young man, Daniel can come again, Daniel's a great fighter. He didn't say anything. He just said, he shrugged his shoulders when he was asked the question, and he said, well, you know, in sport you can come again. Think about that.
Brutal. Simple question for you, last one. Does anyone beat him in this era?
You know, Tyson Fury, if he came back and had a really good fight against, I don't know, Ajit Caballero, and got himself really fight fit, and then fought 5 months later, fought him, perhaps the Tyson Fury of his eye-in could cause him a problem. Joseph Parker, who's smart enough, could cause him a problem, and you know, and with the big right hand that Joe throws, that could cause him a problem. Ajit Caballero, you can't back anyone against Ajit Caballero. The man's on he's like magic, a magic man. So the answer is, yeah, anyone can be beat, but right now I don't think so.
Kamain Ruzbar revealed that Usyk had been carrying quiet frustration. Despite all he has achieved, many still questioned his greatness. Ruzbar said Usyk entered the ring not just to win, but to send a message. That energy fueled his performance, and it showed. According to him, Usyk has now erased all doubts. He didn't just win, he dominated, and finally earned the full recognition he deserves as one of boxing's best.
Know that. Yeah, I mean, I think he went out there with bad intentions, didn't he? I think he was on a mission to prove that, you know, 38 isn't old yet. And I was talking to some other guys, including Richie Woodall, and saying that, you know, like, he's gotten better. If you look at his last 3 fights, the first Fury fight, second Fury fight, and this one, each one has gotten better, you know, more dominating each time. So, you know, age is a number, I guess. When you're in the gym all the time, it takes a long time to age.
When we spoke on Thursday, I could tell you were genuinely confident, but did you believe it could be so early and so conclusive?
No, I'd be lying to you if I said that, you know? I mean, no. I thought it could be dominating. I thought he was doing the things that I think Dubois did what I expected him to do, and Usyk did what I expected him to do. You know, he controlled, moved, waited, but then he started landing hard.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Till next time.